Today, under this skill-based activity, we are going to show the different parts of a typical flower. As you all know, flower is the reproductive part of a plant, and it consists of different parts like that. You see, pedicel, this is epicalyx, this is calyx, this one is corolla, this one is endoecium, and this one is gynecium. So now one by one, our students, first Sunidhi, then Saloni, then Shreya, then Aisha, and then Alok will explain by this learning outcome of this skill-based activity in biology classes, in biology labs, about what is flower, what is its usage, what are its different parts, how do they useful in our day-to-day life or for the existence of the living beings. How do it maintains the diversity? Okay, now one by one your friends will come and he will perform this skill-based activity and he will show you how the flowers are useful for all of us. So first, Sunidhi, please come. So this is pedicel.
So this part of the flower is called pedicel, and this part here is called as epicalyx that protects the plant in the budding stage. That protects the flower at the budding stage. This is called as sepals. This is the sepal part of the flower. And this is the petal part of the flower. This part of the flower is called as This part of the flower is the androecium or the male reproductive part of the flower, whereas this part of the flower is called as gynecium or the female reproductive part of the flower.
Visual part. This one is petal. This one is what is this?
Androecium, the male reproductive part. This part of the flower is the gynecium, the female reproductive part where pollen grains are transferred and fertilization
pollination. First pollination occurs.
First of all, we have a plant, which is also known as the reproductive part unit of the plant. In this part, we have it is divided into two parts: essential part and non-essential part. Like essential parts having two, androecium and the gynecium. In androecium, the male reproductive part where pollen grains are present. Like this. This is the male reproductive part for androecium. Here, the yellowish color things are the pollen grain. It's attached with the female reproductive part for gynecium. This is occurred by some aids like vine, water, some animals or some insects which pollinate it.
Self also.
Yes, which pollinate it to the female part. And the non-essential part like petals. The single unit is called petal, and the whole unit is known as corolla. Here, there is the second non-essential part known as sepals, and the whole part is known as calyx. Thank you.
This activity, what will be your outcome? What will be the learning outcome of performing this skill-based activity in the biology lab about flowers?
By performing this activity, we are able to observe the different parts of the flower very carefully. As we can see here in this position, in this state, the calyx are under the corolla, and we are not able to know whether the calyx are gamopetalous or polypetalous. So by doing this activity, we are able to understand the different parts more carefully, and are able to understand the parts and the role of the different parts of the flower. Like by this we know that there are more number of endoecium than gynoecium. So it states that if there are more numbers of pollen grains, it means that the chances of the pollen grains inside the gynoecium going inside the gynoecium is less. So there are more numbers of pollen grains present here. By this activity we are able to
So
control
a
this.
void of wastage of pollen grains can be minimized. Okay, thank you. Shreya, come. How do the pollination leads to the fertilization, dear Shreya? How do the pollination leads to the fertilization?
So there are the pollen grains.
First of all, what happens in the pollination, and then how do they lead to the fertilization?
First of all, the pollen grains transfer to endoecium by wind, by water.
Pollen grains transfer to the endoecium.
Gynoecium. Pollen grains transfer to the gynoecium by wind, water, and then they fertilize and give rise to new flower.